Good morning, everyone. I don't know how you woke up today or if you're watching this later on, how you're feeling today right now. But today I realized when I woke up that I absolutely needed more gratitude in my life. Gratitude was something that I always pushed off to because I didn't grab the concept, but it's not a concept. I realized it's a proactive strategy to be at your best. So today's video is going to be on the title of Your Values Should Not Be in the Hereafter, meaning it's not like a concept of something in the future. It's something that you need to be experiencing right now. So if you're a high level individual, or you would like to be one day, in terms of you have a leadership role and you want to be reliable and productive and be on top of things, then they're just habits you cannot take out of your daily life. They're part of your mental hygiene, your emotional hygiene, and your physical hygiene. So let's get it started with reviewing mindful Zen habits, how we could be at the level of happiness that we want to function every day in life. All right, so when we're starting here, they're mentioning that meditation is an experience of mental hygiene, right? What do we mean by mental hygiene? Well, we have physical hygiene, like brushing our teeth, but there are things that affect our brain so they could function at its best. Not getting enough sleep is one of the things that actually affects our mental hygiene. The room that we have for creativity, imagination, from problem solving, and if we're not sleeping enough, that's one thing affecting it. Meditation is another form of clearing out the things that were not done and the things that need to be done. And it's also could kind of really work hand into hand with introspecting on how your day was, which is something I would leave more like for the end of my day. So when we're talking about high levels of productivity, I'm starting to think here. I just got this idea about like how people cannot start their day without their coffees. Even though at some point it's giving them a placebo effect, the coffee is like a symbol where they're giving themselves a permission to start their day. I'm wondering, should we be more proactive with gratefulness and gratitude exercises? Because like I said, for me today, like I was gonna start and I'm like, wow, I feel like so down. Like, and I realized, hey, you know what? If I just realize the gratefulness I have, I'm about to share something amazing that other people could be benefiting from, then it just enabled me to kind of like have a pep of energy and a pep of life of like, hey, I'm really needed here. And a lot of people need this to be inspired into contributing in their own ways to a beautiful day. But the thing is that if I'm not proactive on these disciplines, I will not be able to be, once again, I'm mentioning it, reliable on what people could expect from me. And what people could expect from me is totally up to me. And it's perfectly in alignment with what we're going to be continuing to read today. Being grateful reignites the purpose that you have for the day. It enables you to be energized and have a vision in action. So we continue here. If your values are not in the here and the now, and do not encourage you to live your everyday with joy and generosity, change them. They are not worthy. Your values should guide and sustain you. If you cannot count on them now, they will become a lie, an empty promise when you need them, especially. So do you really want your values to become an empty promise, especially when you need them? Well, just look at how people say like, well, I would do this. I believe in this. I would contribute to this movement, but I don't have the time. Well, it's still going against your values, right? You'd be like, well, I see that, there's terrible things happening in my country, but then it's like, that's terrible, but I don't have the time to do something about it. But if not you, then who? And it's not like as if it's impossible to do it. It's you're just not aligned with your values and in living them out right now. Change your values. Maybe they're not aligned with the right strategy. It's just a principle of knowing there's something that's not right and not doing anything about it, but deep down it does matter to you. So then we're running around not having enough time to go do the things that matter to the other people that have hired us, but we're not living in alignment with what really matters to us. That is where things start to go real bad. And unless you have a good strategy to live this out, it's going to harm you from the inside. You see, now they're going back to your values should be your energy providers, especially in critical moments. We need those generators here and now to forgive others, to forgive ourselves, to draw strength from weakness, to enjoy the beautifulness of life, and to live it fully. So there's amazing, beautiful things in life, but if we don't even make a space in our day and in our minds to be grateful for them, see, coming back to gratefulness, life is just going to pass us by running after other people's like ideals for us, and we never were aligned with our own ideals, and no one could stop us from being in alignment with our own ideals. Yet this is a breath of fresh air for our life, for our energy, to be grateful that I could do something about this. All right, now it's maybe going a little bit esoteric here, but they're like, the DNA of our soul is made up of our values. If we lose them or simply idolize them, we kind of corner them or actually forget them. So it's like we're repressing what we are. We risk making mindfulness and meditation now. We might turn them into mere instruments of conformism, like, hey, everyone's doing it, I guess it's my time to do it. Oh, yoga, that's garbage. Now everyone's doing yoga. Oh yeah, sure, I like yoga. Yoga's good. I brush my teeth with yoga. Or it might even be something else deemed conservatism. And I had to look that up, and I realized I don't like that. It's kind of like having like a dead tradition, in other words. Like something that's imposed on you, you don't think about it, you just do it. There's no innovation, there's no anything. It's no, I don't want none of that. So for mindful Zen, they're saying that there's no meditation without action. So if you're meditating on something, you're meditating on what you're going to do, such as I'm meditating and action, and they go together. So you're not going to meditate unless you're about to do a different action. So it's very different from the I'm just going to stay here. No, it's how you're going to do this different. So it's allowing new information to come in and attacking with it. And that's what we talked about yesterday in our video when we're talking about listening differently from someone else, or even having an attitude that allows others to speak to us more from their heart, so that we could grasp better information that enables us to process new things for new solutions. So even our attitude allows people to be real with us or not. Imagine coming in, all right, you have 30 seconds to tell me what to do next. The person cannot just be relaxed and tell you what is. You're stressing the crap out of them. All right, back to our topic. They're saying that everything is like an inhalation and an exhalation, like I demonstrated. So if you have sadness in your life, then all right, how do you want joy out of this? If you're realizing that you're fearful about certain things, great. It's an opportunity for you to have courage now. If something is angering you, great. What can you do so that you could reestablish your calm? If you notice that your pockets are empty or something is lacking in your life, great. What do you want to have more fullness with? But that, or if you're too full in your stomach and you have no energy, all right, how can you be more empty? Or like the Okinawans, which basically live the longest in the world, actually eat till they're 80% full. So they're never like so full that they're lacking energy. But back on our topic. Happiness is here and now. It's not a concept. It's not a philosophy of when you do something, you're going to get something else. And you just got to think about how this we've been infected in some way. You see some person all alone in their Porsche car driving down like some super road where there's like obviously no other cars. And you're thinking, wow, that's the only way I could be happy. Yet when you buy that car, then you're like, but I can't be happy. There's all these idiots driving on the road and there's traffic everywhere. And how am I supposed to be happy with this? Or happiness is like some yoga retreat or some at some distant planet, something like that. And then they're showing you all these beautiful pictures. But then when you're there, you're like, oh, I don't like this person's values. Oh my goodness, this person's there. Oh, that person maybe has like too much germs on them. It's like we are unhappy because we haven't practiced being happy now. It's always like a concept that's in the future, while in the present, we do not know how to grow that zone and make it like 4-season comfortable. So right now, all I could suggest to you is just to practice to allow happiness to install itself right now, like the and if you could generate it right there, you're one step closer of generating it throughout your day. On that note, I wish you a wonderful day. Please comment, post anything that you want to post that enables us as a group to develop the attitudes and the behaviors that enable to spend more time with happiness no matter what happens in our day. So on that note, my name is Marvin Theodore once again. I thank you for joining us for today. Share your recipes of happiness and gratefulness. And tomorrow, undo your identification with your thoughts. Can't wait. I don't know what it's about yet, but we're going to discover that tomorrow.